Welcome to you all to the second session of Sadhana Hour. Today, we will go through the overview of the topics that we'll be covering in the coming months. Uh, these are topics that were shared during the Central Leaders Conference at Prashanthanayam last year. And to kind of provide an overview of those topics, and also there are some workshops also that they have conducted last year. So we requested our national president, Professor Balu Karanam, to join us and to provide some insights into some of these topics and also provide an overview, as I mentioned. So, and Balu has graciously agreed to do that. And I think Balu really doesn't need any introduction, but just for those who may not really know him well enough, Balu was born in a small village near Puttaparthi in the family of a Sai devotees. Uh, he joined Puttaparthi village primary school for the fourth grade, studied in Srimati Ishwarama High School, graduated and post-graduated from Sri Satyasai Institute of Higher Learning, Prashanthanayam, 1978 to 1992. He joined Johns Hopkins School of Medicine to pursue his research studies in cancer biology. And all through, Balu was actually very involved in Swami's organization and activities. Balu was SSC teacher for Group 3. He served as president of Sri Satsai Center at Greater Baltimore, Maryland, and also as regional devotional coordinator for Mid-Atlantic region. Balu is currently working as associate professor in cancer biology and is currently serving Swami as national president for Sri Satyasai Global Council USA. Welcome, Balu.
Saram Durjati, offering my most humble salutations at the lotus feet of Swami. Wishing you all a very happy, holy Mahashivaratri. It's a wonderful day to discuss about Swami's teachings as well as hear his voice. And Durjati has compiled beautifully about these study circle topics. So coming to the study circles, this was last year when, prior to our Central Leadership Conference in Puttaparthi. So it's a pre-event assignment kind of. They gave us a set of study circles. Some of the centers have already completed. We want again, study circle we can do again and again, because that's the way when you do the study circle, we become more steady in our life. That's what, it is said. So, and also if you look at study circle, why did Swami created into the devotional wing, even though we always feel that bhajans take over the devotional wing, which is, everybody loves bhajans, that gives a lot of peace kind of. Study circles are a very integral part of the devotional wing, because that's the way we learn to understand what Swami said with different perspectives and finally come together to understand what really Swami said. See, it is different perspectives we put to each other without domination, that kind of. Then we come to conclusion like, why did Swami say this? Why did Swami do this? Kind of. So study circles are really, really very important for the centers. So here, like basically we have a topics from Center Leadership Conference last year, which also this led to again workshops. There are, some more workshops. We'll come slowly one by one, first completing study circles in our centers. Again, I thank all of you for giving me this wonderful opportunity to be with you all on this auspicious occasion of Mahashivaratri. Sai Ram.
Thank you, Balu. Thank you very much. I know Swami put a lot of emphasis on study circles. Balu, I know we both talked about study circles earlier. Before we get into the topic, I was wondering if you can actually talk about, why is it called study circle?
Yeah,
And
that's it.
some
Thank
aspects
you.
of that will be really wonderful to, for us to hear from you.
Correct. See, this is the thought which came in Baltimore. Baltimore, I used to be very, very active in study circles because when you came to this country, we thought we know everything about Swami because we stayed 15 years or so in Parthi. It is our duty to tell, isn't it? So it's more like study circles really corrected me. I can tell you. I'll tell you one incident where I was pretty new to Baltimore, where you know just learned driving car on this roads in USA. I was pretty new in driving, so that is the time I took my family, my little daughter to library. So she was playing with keys. I saw that she was a little kid and playing, and she dropped the uh, home key, and we drove back from the library and came to home, and we realized that we don't have a key to get into home. Then I really, first thing I did was I shouted at my wife. That's the easiest thing anybody could do, because even though I saw she was playing, but I thought it is her duty to take care of a little child and take care of what she's doing. So we drove back with all that tension, all that. So we got the keys, we got into the house, and then quickly we get ready and go to the Sai centers. That's why we all need to come to centers regularly. So when we went there, that is the time our center president said, Balu, you are leading the study circle today. I was very, very happy to lead always. So the topic given that day was forbearance, actually. So as soon as I saw it, it looked like Swami has set the study circle for me. I told literally to the president, say that 15 minutes back, I didn't have this quality, because if I had forbearance, I would have not shouted at my wife, So I told I don't have that quality 15 minutes ago. Certainly, I really request some of you to take over rather than myself. See, that's the way it hits you directly, saying that it's like a dart. See, study circle is just to practice and get that inspiration. The inspiration can come from any of the people. Coming to circle, why does Swami calls it study circle? So we sit in a circle, if you think, you know and imagine Swami in the center of the circle. Those who know mathematics, this much mathematics everybody knows it, I think so. Swami stands or sits in the center. Think that we are all sitting around him. As we see Swami, because each one is equidistant from Swami on the circle, isn't it? So the person sitting this side of the circle will see Swami in one way. The person sitting opposite to him will see the Swami in different way. So if the perspectives are different, now what is the study circle, importance is, as we become smaller and smaller, we travel towards Swami. See, our aim of anything, study circle is nothing but Jnana Margam, So that is the way we understand what Swami said. So one is the Bhakti Margam, singing. Another one is, service. So Jnana, Bhakti, Karma Margas. These are all the main important things. So as we come closer, we all merge into that dot, into the center, that is Bhagavan. So finally, our aim should be understanding Swami and merge into Swami. That's what Swami calls it, Sayujyamu, getting into Sai. That's a thought I thought of, sharing with you all.
I think another thing you mentioned was about how, in the circle, people sit across, and so you certainly can have some opposing views.
Correct.
And also, people who are on your side. So it's very nice way of looking at a circle as a conglomeration of various ideas that each of us can learn from other. So thank you, Balu. Very nice explanation about study circle itself. I was going to actually show where these topics are available online. I think if you can see the screen, the website for Sri Satsai Global Council, you can actually search for them for the CLC workshop. You'll find that website. and it does have very nicely organized material there. There are two workshops. Actually, there are multiple workshops under the day one and day two buttons there. Then there are multiple study guides here. There are about 10 topics that are there. There are also video clips that you can watch from the conference itself. But these study guides actually, they're very well done. Uh, in fact, they have done a very thorough job of. I'm just going to show one of them for as an example there, and then this one is on a topic of self transformation through love, and they have really put in a lot of work into making this available for everybody's benefit. And they have each of those study guides have Swami's quotes or excerpts from Swami's Vahinis, uh, and very profound. In fact, these are like the tip of an iceberg, because when you start reading this little few sentences, it is so dense that it actually, you'll be tempted to go back and read or listen to Swami's discourse, which is just fantastic, because I was doing just for a few of them, and it is just a fantastic, experience. So it's a great effort that they have put in, devotees across the globe. They have put in to make this available for all of us. And they have also done something very nice, in the end. I mean, not only that they gave you the source of where they got that quote from, but they also have put together, some questions for us to think through. I'm just going to scroll through to the bottom here. So, on this topic, for example, they look at, uh, you know, so we are looking at, for example, uh, transformation through seva. So there are questions that they have also suggested. Not that you are limited to this, obviously, but there is something to start. It's a starting point for us. So very nicely done, and this is something that we are looking to, do over the next next actually 20 plus months or so until Swami's birthday. We'll continue to, more than likely we'll be doing on each topic. We'll do two sessions, so that will be about 2 months. Today's session really is focused on just providing an overview. We'll still go through that, but this is something that it's very, very beautiful work. It benefits every one of us. So with that, let me just go to the topics that are out there. So it says SI administrator practical lessons from Bhagawan. That's one topic. Then sealing on desires, Daiva Preeti, Papa Bhiti, and Sanganiti. We'll talk about this, in today's session a little bit more. Dharmic challenges, from I to we to he. Practice and inspire. I mean, the whole series is called Practice and Inspire, but there is one segment where we actually look at the 10 guiding principles, 9-point code of conduct, Sai discipline, Sai teachings. This is a very comprehensive set of study guides that will be, studying and then having a study circle on that. Purity, patience, and perseverance, self-transformation through love, Trikarana Shuddhi, purity and unity of thought, word, deed. And lastly, why did Swami gift us the Sai organization? So these are 10 different topics. Again, as with everything else, there is underlying, the underlying message in all this stuff is, how do you practice Swami's messages? And that is the only purpose of this whole study that we're all doing together. And so let's start with a Sai administrator, practical lessons from Bhagawan. This is one of the topics, and we will listen to Swami. This is a quote that is, in the study guide there. As you can see, it is from volume 33, Satsai Speaks. So let's listen to Swami, talk about.
అందరు కూడాను విన్నటువంటి విషయంలో ఒకటి రెండైనా ప్రధానంగా మీరు ఆచరించి
At least practice one or two out of all that you heard,
సాధించి
and you achieve what you
మీరు
wanted.
ఆనందాన్ని పొందండి, లోకానికి ఆనందాన్ని అందించండి.
You be happy and make the world happy.
అప్పుడు నీవు చెప్పినటువంటి పదము సార్థకమవుతుంది.
Then only what all you heard will give you positive results.
లోకే సమస్త సుఖినో భవంతు అన్నారు.
Let the whole world prosper and live in peace.
అందరూ సుఖంగా ఉండాలి.
Everyone should be happy.
ఈ భావాన్ని మేము అభివృద్ధి
Who
పరచుకోవాలి.
should have such feelings?
కనుక సత్యసాయి సంస్థలు అనేటువంటివి లోకాన్ని ఉద్ధారం చేసేటువంటివి.
Satyasai organization should work for the emancipation of the world.
మీరంతా ఉద్ధారకులే.
In fact, you are the emancipators.
ఇలాంటి ఉద్ధారం చేసేటువంటి ప్రయత్నములకు మీరు పాల్పడండి, కంటకం కట్టుకోండి.
And you determine to work for the whole world.
కేవలం చెప్పినవన్నీ కూడా మాటలతో చెల్లించుకుంటూ పోకండి.
Not simply hearing or listening.
ప్రాక్టికల్లో మీరు పెట్టాలి.
Translate into practice.
ఈ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ అంతా జరిగినాయి.
And
ఏమిటి ఈ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ అంతా మాటలతో ముగించుకొని పోయినాయి.
the whole conference ended in mere talking and deliberation.
మీరు కూడా పేపర్లో రాసుకుంటూ పోయారు.
You also have noted, jotted
ఈ
down the
రైటింగ్,
point.
ఈ వినటము నేను నమ్మను.
Bhagawan does not go by this listening.
ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి.
Bhagawan insists on our
చేసి
practice.
మీరు అనుభవించండి.
Out of practice you experience.
కాబట్టి వర్క్ ఈజ్ వర్షిప్.
Work is worship.
వర్క్ లో మీరు పోవాలి బంగారు.
Do work hereafter.
కనుక చెప్పిన వారు కానీ, విన్నవారు కానీ, ఇంకా చుట్టూ చేరిన వారు కానీ అందరూ కూడాను ఈ పవిత్రమైన భావాలను మీరు ఆచరణలో పెట్టి తగినటువంటి లోకానికి శాంతిని అందించండి.
All the speakers and the listeners, those that assembled around, should take to practice and
లోక శాంతి
experience.
మన ప్రార్థనతో రాదు.
In fact, mere prayer won't do.
లోక శాంతి మన వ్రతాలతో రాదు.
The peace cannot be out of a ritual.
లోక శాంతి అనేటువంటి మన ప్రవర్తనతోనే వస్తుంది.
The peace is possible only out of our conduct and behavior.
మీరు చేసి చూపించండి.
Practice and demonstrate.
అదే నిజమైన భక్తి.
That is true devotion.
అదే నిజమైనటువంటి యొక్క సేవలు.
That is the true service.
So, such a beautiful, excerpt actually there. But you can also see actually how, Swami's discourses are so hard to, first of all, translate, and second to put them down into words. So there is so much more that Swami actually gives us in the talk that we don't really, we kind of miss it in the text there. So I think hopefully it will inspire us to go back to the original and listen to Swami's discourse and read Swami's discourse. So again, as you see, this is a Sai administrator, and then Swami still talks about how it is important for us to practice. And then he also gives us the goal that, we are actually, as a Sai devotee and / administrator, our goal is to really, our objective is to uplift the society. I mean, look at the task that Swami actually entrusts us with. So with that, let's see what kind of question, they suggested. I'm going to turn this over to Balu and ask him to, kind of talk about that. How do we apply our physical, mental, and intellectual strengths and skills for the progress of society?
Saram, this is a very beautiful thing. See, administrator, even though Swami administrated the entire organization, but he gives us the opportunity to be his instruments, isn't it? Each one of us who are administrators, who are going to be administrators, are his instruments. So what he wants us is to practice. So that, see, always Swami says, నాకు మీ ప్రచారం అక్కర్లేదు, నాకు మీ ఆచరణ ముఖ్యం. యాక్చువల్ బేసికలీ మీరు ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ప్రాక్టీసింగ్, that itself tells, oh, he is Swami's devotee, rather than, oh, I am Swami's devotee, I was there from this much time to that much time. We keep telling this actually, but then there can be another question. Oh, you stayed that long, then why are you behaving like this, isn't it? See, immediately it's very easy to claim about ourselves and our long standing devotion or whatever it is. So the long standing or strong standing devotion, there are two things. Strong standing devotion comes by acharana. That means you are just following what Swami said, and you no need to show to everybody. You just follow what Swami said, and people will understand, oh, he is Swami's devotee, kind of. Here he says, how do we apply physical? At physical level, how do you behave? And the mental level, see, even though, Swami beautifully used to say this poem, మాట యందు తీపి మనసున విషమున్న మచ్చ వచ్చు గాని మంచి కాదు, మచ్చలేని బతుకు మహిలోనే చెల్లురా వినుడు భారతీయ వీరసుతుడా. Saying that you may act very good and మాట ఎందు తీపి, you will speak very sweetly and talk sweetly, but when inside if you have a bad quality, then it one day or other you end up people realizing about you. మచ్చ వచ్చు గాని మంచి కాదు, people will find out, oh, we thought he's like this. We saw some examples also, isn't it? Then he ended up like this, kind of. So see, మచ్చలేని బతుకు మహిలోని చెల్లురా. So the anything without a remorse or without any speck of blackness. Matsa in Telugu is also black dot on your character or on your personality. So he says don't have such things. So be very, even mentally you have to be very clean. Swami beautifully said once in in the portico, he said, looking good kaadu sir, being good is important. He was telling, like saying that it's very simple things, very profound truths. Looking good, everybody looks good, basically wearing white and white and all that. So after hearing that, I wrote one poem called drive away the black thoughts behind this white shirt, actually. In Telugu, I used to write. See, these were the inspirations. She tells in a very beautiful 2 sentences. It's a lot of profound message, actually. Then intellectual strengths, that skills for, see, lot of intellectuals. This is the Swami, somebody said this beautifully about Swami. Lot of intellectuals missed Swami. Okay. Only the intelligent got to Swami. We have to think about it, actually. Who are the intelligent? Basically, they know that is it. They no need to move from, the source, isn't it? See, you try this. Intellectuals are much more prone to, they may become victims of mind dynamics, Swami used to say. Because intellectuals, they think about themselves too much. But the intelligent are the ones who hold on to his feet, hold on to the source, kind of. So these skills, when you have, you can make to the progress of society. When you don't have, you can't impart. Like, see, like as you introduced me as a professor, when I teach, if I don't believe in what I say about my subject, my students are not going to take it. Say that, oh, he's not completely know what he's saying, isn't it? We see that in the, especially in some kind of a educational academic kind of thing. And also I remember Swami, when he used to give this MBA, man management lectures. You remember, you were there that time. Swami started in Institute Foyer. Actually, every Thursday, Swami used to come and give these lectures, which became that man management book. Swami used to say, as soon as you join, even though it was for MBA, but we are all science students, we sat, we realized how much important for us this management also. We manage ourselves. So Swami used to say, as soon as you join a company, don't go and boss over, So just go and even somebody who is operating a, some kind of instrument, go and ask him how is he doing, how does he operate, because don't even tell him how to operate without you knowing, actually. Then that guy will think, what, he doesn't even know which button to press, kind of, So acharana becomes a hallmark of a Sai administrator, again. So doing before telling. So that's why his famous work is Cheppinattu Chestara. That is the so wonderful drama written by Swami for the children. But we think it's only for children. Cheppinattu Chestara, covers all age group, actually. So, and also it shows how what kind of a differences the kid is seeing in his teacher, mom, dad, what they say, what you do. That's what. See, that is the way Swami wants us to be very good in practice rather than preaching. If you tell and don't do, very few days people will understand. These are all, hollowness, kind of. China.
Yes. Thank you, Balu. So we'll move on to the next topic here, and that's sealing on desires. And again, this is a excerpt from a discourse in Vrindavan 1993. We listen to Bhagavan.
See no evil, see what is good.
See no evil, see what is
Hear
good.
no evil, hear what is good.
Hear no evil, hear
Talk
what
no
good.
evil, talk what is good.
Talk no evil, talk
Think
what is
no
good.
evil, think what is good.
Think no evil,
Do
think what is
no
good.
evil, do what is good.
Do no evil, do what is
ఇది
good.
నీవు సద్వినియోగం చేసిన వారవుతావు.
Thus you will be making
అది
proper use.
భగవంతుని యొక్క స్వరూపము.
That is the very form of
అది
God.
భగవంతుని యొక్క సాధన.
That is the
అది
spiritual practice.
భగవంతుని యొక్క సేవ.
That is service to God.
కనుక ఈ విధమైనట్టుగా చేసుకుంటే ఇది మనస్సు యొక్క ప్రభావము చచ్చిపోతుంది. తర్వాత దాని మనోలయమైపోతుంది.
When we do so, the effects of the mind would diminish, naturally disappear.
కనుక ఈ మనో అతీతమైనటువంటి స్థితికి మనం పోవాలనుకున్నప్పుడు ఈ విధమైనటువంటి మార్గంలో మనం ప్రవేశించాలి.
To reach the state which is beyond the mind, we should go forth in this path.
మనస్సు యొక్క దుర్లక్షణములను అభివృద్ధి పరిచేటువంటి కార్యంలో మనం ప్రవేశించకూడదు.
We should never neglect the mind and do such way.
Again, one more such a fantastic guidance for Swami. Swami gives us all, and Swami talked about mind a lot. In fact, we talked about this in the past. The first word Swami uses, when he's taken the avatar is Manasa, Bhajare Guru Charanam. So mind is something that Swami has come to reform, and sealing on desires, although the topic talks about desires and sealing, really Swami is actually talking about mind there. And one of the questions, in this study guide, they say they've proposed is Bhagavan says that once we have the five senses under control, we can experience God. Explain your understanding of this statement. I mean, it's very nicely, put together these questions for us to really, think through and see what did Swami talk about and how are they connected. Balu, anything you'd like
beautiful.
to
This
add?
is again, sealing on desires is a wonderful topic. So many study circles can be conducted on that. Again, we are talking about this, the beautiful hearing Swami's voice, that itself gives us a lot of goosebumps, See, today is Mahashivaratri. It is a Magha Shuddha, Magha Bahula Chaturdasi. That is basically, it is the way the moon is very weak today. That's why Shivaratri is, according to our culture, came on this day. So Manolayam, this is the day they kept for Manolayam, means you merge the mind and you destroy the fickleness of the mind. That's why today we do that, entire day Namasmarana, which is, we are concentrating on God, and also we do, Jagarana, in the sense entire night we are awake. See, Jagarana is you are awake. So Swami used to give beautiful insight of Shivaratri. He used to say the real, upavasam. People don't partake food today. Swami used to say that you didn't take food because you are engrossed in God's name and thinking about God. You forgot eating food, because we say that, oh, today is Shivaratri, I can't eat food. No, that is not a real upavasam. He says upavasam means, not partaking or dieting. Dieting is not upavasam. Let's not use that word actually. Upavasam means not partaking, and you are engrossed in God and you forgot to take food. That is the real upavasam, he said. Jagarana, on the other hand, he says, you forgot to sleep because you got engrossed in God's name. So it is not that you forcibly saying, no, I can't sleep today, I can't sleep. No, see, Swami, that gives to make this kind of a wonderful truths of our, culture. He has to come down and tell these things. Otherwise, we don't understand. And as here, the question is controlling the senses. If you look at the mind is basically what is fed by senses. If you fed through the senses all the input, mind becomes stronger and stronger. So, see, the once mind becomes stronger and you become Mr. Swami used to say. When you control the mind, you become master, I used to say. Actually, the Mr. and master used to play with that. So basically, controlling the senses, sense control, all these things came in the culture basically to understand the dynamics of the mind and say the mind, no, I can't have now, actually. Because see, Antulin Swami used to say how life becomes, three things make life very, miserable. Swami used to say, Antuleni Ashalu, means limitless desires. Artham Leni Avedanalu. He says, meaningless agitations. Like, what will happen when I become old? Who will take care of me? Why do you are already not old? Why do you think about, we don't know whether you will be there until that time to somebody to take care also, isn't it? So meaningless agitations, he says. Then the third one, he says, prapta praptamulakai prakuladuta, saying that you deserve what you don't you desire what you don't deserve. So that's a very, like, very difficult. We don't know what we deserve or not. Rather, leave our desire to him. Okay, leave our desire, however crazy it is. You desire, you leave it to Swami. If he wants it, you will be, because you don't know whether you deserve it or not. Only God and Swami knows. So leave your desire and you will be always blessed with whatever you are needed. Rather, need is different from the greed point of view. Here, ceiling and desire, Swami is saying, go away from the greed. The senses are the ones which are making us more greedy. That's why the controlling senses will understand the ceiling of desires. That becomes much better individuals.
Thank you, Balu. So a lot of good thoughts to uh, ponder upon there. We'll go to the next topic here. So Daiva Preeti, Papa Bhiti, and Sanganiti. So this is the love of God, fear of sin, and also morality in society. That's what the literal translation is. Well, let's see the quote. And this is again from Satsai Speaks, 1987. Let's listen to Swami accept of the discourse there.
దీనినంతా కూడా మనం విశ్వసించి
Believing this illusory world,
అనేక రకములైనటువంటి పాపములకు గురి అయిపోతున్నాము.
we are subjecting ourselves to all sorts of
ఈ
sins.
పాపములు మనకు ఫలితం అనేటువంటిది అందించక తప్పదు.
Sins are going to give the fruits thereof.
కనుక పాప భీతిని మనం అభివృద్ధి గావించుకోవాలి.
Develop fear of sin
దైవ ప్రీతిని కూడా మనం పెంచుకోవాలి.
and foster love for God.
సంఘములో నీతిని మనము అభివృద్ధి గావించుకోవాలి.
We have to see morality is developed in
కనుక
society.
మానవునికి మొదలు ప్రధానమైనటువంటి విలువలు ఈ మూడు మాత్రమే.
These three are basic and very important values for human beings.
పాప భీతి, దైవ ప్రీతి, సంఘ నీతి.
Fear of sin, love for God and morality in the society.
పాప భీతి, దీనిలోని అహింస, శాంతం మనకు లభిస్తుంది.
Only in fear of sin you can experience peace and non-violence.
దైవ ప్రీతిలో సత్యము, ప్రేమ అభివృద్ధి పరుస్తుంది.
Only in love for God you can foster
సంఘ
truth and love.
నీతియే మన ధర్మం.
Our dharma and our responsibility and duty is
కనుక
to
ప్రతి
have
మానవుడు కూడాను మానవతా విలువలు అనుకున్నాయి. కేవలం సత్యము, ధర్మము, శాంతి, ప్రేమ అనేటువంటి యొక్క చిలుక పలుకు పలికినంత మాత్రమైన ప్రయోజనం లేదు.
by merely repeating like parent the satya, dharma, shanti, prema and ahimsa as human values, we are not going to gain
సామాన్యమైన
anything.
మానవుడు నిత్య జీవితంలో ఉన్నటువంటి దైవత్వాన్ని మనము అనుభవించడానికి ప్రయత్నించాలి.
Every ordinary human being should be able to live and enjoy the life in its.
So as you noticed, I did actually include a little bit more than the quote itself, because I think there's so much more that Bhagawan covers in that part of the discourse. So very nice resources that SSSMC has provided for us. So, and let's go to the question here. So how does Daiva Preeti, Papa Bhiti, Sanganiti lead to Trikarana Shuddhi, purity in thought, word and deed?
So this is a beautiful question. Actually, see, if you look at the children, when we come as a SSC kids, we all have gone through SSC. Those who have gone, or those who are taking their children also to SSC, first what inculcates is love of God only. Because see, the minute you get the love of God, fear of sin automatically sets in, isn't it? Oh, if we do this, Swami may not like us, isn't it? So your love towards Swami is slowly taking care of the, setting. It's not the real fear. Papa Bhiti is, Swami used to say, పాపమనగవేరు పరలోకమునలేదు తాను చేయు పనుల తగిలియుండు దేవుడనగవేరు దేశమందునలేడు దేహమందే తాను వెలుగుచుండు. Used to say that, like, God is none other than within yourself. He is inherent divinity. His entire mission is to bring the divinity within you. So basically, the Daiva Preeti, once you start loving Swami, slowly it gets the Papa Bhiti so that you don't hurt the people. See, physical hurting is one level, mental hurting, talk, because Swami used to give one example. He told us, for snake, God has given fangs. Okay. For scorpion, he has given the tail where the poison will be there. So like that, for each of them, it seems God gave one thing to bite. For humans, he gave the tongue and, talk, it seems. So that is a very dangerous thing. It is very easy to hurt people with your talk. So that's why he says, talk less, because the more talk, you may hurt others, isn't it? So talk less. So these are the things at very, very young age. See, like, you see how the primary school kids used to come and run towards Swami and sit around him, isn't it? We also sat like that. So as we see that Daiva Preeti takes over and sets the Papa Bhiti. Once these two are well fixed, Sanganiti is automatic, because the more and more people love God and have the fear of sin, then, the Sanganiti comes. Then comes why, okay, I can just have Papa Bhiti, why only Daiva Preeti is needed? I am an atheist, people say. Swami used to say that, no? Because a lot of atheists came because of the theists only, because these didn't behave well. They didn't behave like devotees. That's why atheists started. Swami beautifully says in one of the discourse. So it is again coming to the first, topic, what we thought, acharana, isn't it? Daiva Preeti, your loving Swami, should also show in your acharana, in your practice. Then only people will see and they become, devotees of Swami, kind of. See, nobody can make others devotees of Swami. It is Swami and themselves, that relation. So once these two are comes in, I think Sanganiti, the society will be much more, because we love each other and we serve each other. That's what love all serve all comes in. And Swami's, that Trikarana Suddhi. Again, Trikarana Suddhi is, you have to do it purity of thought, word and deed. Just not becoming, looking good. Being good is more important. Sarah.
Very nice. So some of these topics, they come back again. I know Trikarana Shuddhi by itself is also another topic. We'll talk a little bit more about this in the later parts also. So dharmic challenges. So this is a discourse from Vrindavan, 1991. Let me play the discourse.
మానవునికి ధర్మం ఏమిటి?
What is the right thing for man?
నీతి నిజాయితీతో కూడినటువంటి త్యాగమే ధర్మం.
Sacrifice full of truthfulness and morality is his nature.
ఈ యొక్క ధర్మం ఏ రీతిగా ఉంటుండాలి?
How should we practice it?
త్రికరణ శుద్ధిగా ఉంటుండాలి.
There should be purity of the three
తలచిన
instruments.
తలపు,
The thoughts that we
చెప్పేటి
think,
మాట,
word that we are
చేసేటి పని,
the act that we
ఈ
do.
మూడింటి యొక్క దేహ ఏకత్వాన్ని ధరించినటువంటిదే మానవత్వం.
That unity should be there in human quality.
కనుకనే ఈనాటి మానవుని యందు ఈ మూడు లేకుండా పోవటం చేతనే ధర్మము క్షీణించింది.
Since today's man has lost all the three, righteousness has vanished.
కనుకనే విజ్ఞానం అనేటువంటిది రూపుమాసింది.
The education has lost its form itself.
దేశం యొక్క క్షేమము సౌభాగ్యమంతా కూడా నిర్మూలమైపోయింది.
Country's fortune and prosperity have vanished.
కేవలం భద్రతనే లేకుండా పోతుండాలి.
There is absolutely no
న్యాయ
security,
నిజాయితీలే శూన్యమైపోతుండాయి.
no truthfulness and morality.
అంతా ధనము ధనము ధనము.
People are going after money and
ఈ
money.
ధనము చేతనే ఈ నీతి నిజాయితీలను కోల్పోతున్నాము.
Because of money, we are losing
నీతి
morality and
నిజాయితీలు
truthfulness.
కోల్పోయి సంపాదించినటువంటి ధనము మట్టితో సమానం.
The wealth that we earn giving up morality and
అట్టి
truthfulness,
ధనము తన వెంట ఏనాడు కూడాను రాదు.
that money will never follow you.
So, Balu, one of the questions that they
Mhm.
in the study guides is about the situation that we come across in daily life. So we encounter situations in daily life which prevent us from speaking the truth and acting virtuously. What is the solution to this problem?
It's a very good question, actually. Every one of us go through it because Swami says about truth. Truth, he says Satyam Trikalabhaj, because truth will never change and it won't change. So that's why he bears that name also, Satya Sai, isn't it? So coming to truth, again, it is Swami in the discourse it will says, Satyam Bhuyat, means tell the truth. Priyam Bhuyat, when you are telling truth, tell it very pleasingly. Okay, just because somebody not you tell somebody you don't look good, you have to say, hey, if you wear this, that may look good, isn't it? See, there is a way to say this thing. Satyam Bhuyat, Priyam Bhuyat, Na Bhuyat, Satyam Apriyam. Okay, sometimes some of the truth can hurt, isn't it? It's all about other. You need to prepare the other person even to tell your truth, actually, whatever is truth. And if other person is not able to accept it, it leads to conflict, isn't it? It's a dharmic challenge, as you said. You are in a company. Actually, I wish this saying of Swami and speech of Swami should be in every corporate. I think so, because he says, "What is the use of that money if you can't make it in dharmic way?" All that. So Nabhuyat Satyam Apriyam, because you need to tell them, but at the same time, some of the times we need to face this, you need to face and tell them also, either your higher ups or something. Again, Swami gives the idea how to tell them, saying that, sorry, sir, this is not the way I take it. There is even there are wonderful people. If you put it very frankly in a pleasing way, they take it, because see, you even in the corporate world, I have seen people who take something very opposite view of what they are presenting. But when you tell it with the data, always, life is all about data, and this kind of saying that, look here, this may lead a immediate gains, but not in a long run, we may lose it also, isn't it? See, that kind of thing he wants us to lead. It's not like just because of Satyam, we can't fight every day and saying that I don't agree with you. That's not true. See, we take it literally and misunderstand Swami. He says, have the morality, have the integrity, and have dharma, righteousness, like thing. When in a dharmic way is Satyam Bhuyat, Priyam Bhuyat, Nabhuyat Satyam Apriyam, which is heart's truth. You don't do it immediately, but tell it in a very pleasing way. And that's why Swami, how beautifully he transforms individuals, isn't it? And he'll tell, the first thing what he shows is love. The minute you show love, you can tell anything in love, actually. See, once we don't inculcate love, nobody will hear. Even a child, while changing them, like, you can tell it in a very loving way. And also another very important thing is, you can't tell the child that you don't watch the cell phone, but you keep watching cell phone, they'll say, this is not coming together, kind of. So you have to tell it in a beautiful, loving way. Then everything, I think, you can that is the best solution.
Thank you, Balu. So that's a very nice thoughts again. We'll go to the next one, from I to we to he. And this is from 2002.
సమస్త చిక్కులు, సమస్త దుఃఖములు, సమస్త విచారములు వెంటాడుతూ ఉంటాయి.
The one with body attachment will be full of anxiety, worry and problems.
ఈ దేహం ద్వారానే సమస్త సంకల్పములు ఆవిర్భవిస్తుంటాయి.
In fact, the thought originates in this body.
కనుకనే సర్వధర్మాం పరిత్యజ్య, ఈ దేహ సంబంధమైనటువంటి యొక్క వాసనలను త్యజించమని కృష్ణుడు కోరాడు.
Krishna wanted us to give up all this body or physical attachment.
అనేకత్వంలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఏకత్వాన్ని గుర్తించడమే దీని యొక్క అంతరార్థము.
The inner significance lies here is to experience the unity in diversity.
వ్యష్టి లేక సమష్టి చిక్కడు.
Without Vyashti, the individual, you cannot think of Samashti, the community.
సమష్టి లేక సృష్టియే జరగదు.
Without Samashti community, there cannot be Srushti, creation.
కనుకనే మొట్టమొదట వ్యష్టిని మనం గుర్తించాలి.
So we have to recognize the role of individual, Vyashti.
ఈ వ్యష్టి ద్వారానే సమష్టిని మనము గుర్తించడానికి వీలవుతుంది.
Through realization of the nature of the Vyashti individual, you can know the society, Samishti.
ఈ సమష్టి వల్లనే సృష్టి మనకు అర్థమవుతుంది.
Through the comprehension of the Samishti society, you can understand Srushti, the creation.
సృష్టిని అర్థం చేసుకున్నటువంటి వాడే పరమేష్టి.
The one who understands the Srushti creation is Parameshti, divine himself.
కనుక సృష్టి, సమష్టి, వ్యష్టి, పరమేష్టి ఈ నాలుగింటి యొక్క తత్వము వ్యష్టి యందు ఇమిడి ఉంటున్నది.
And hence Srushti, creation, Samishti, society, Vyashti, the individual, Parameshti, the divinity, are all present within the Vyashti, the individual.
కనుక మొట్టమొదట మనము వ్యష్టి అనేటువంటి తత్వాన్ని చక్కగా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి.
To begin with, we have to understand the individual, Vyashti.
వ్యష్టి జీవుడు, సమష్టియే దేవుడు.
Vyashti.
As like once again, this wonderful discourse again. This is a Vinayaka Ganesh Chaturthi discourse, and Swami goes into explaining a very complicated subject, as we can see, and very beautifully explains, and makes it simple for us to understand. So one of the questions there was, how can one recognize Parameshti? And this is our eternal quest. So Balu.
Yeah, I'll try my level best. I'm trying to recognize the Parameshti too. So the Swami beautifully says is it starts all the way with the individual, isn't it? Vesti, then he says Samasti, which is a society, then Srushti, which is the creation, entire creation. That becomes one with Parameshti. That is the real tattva of Ardhanarishwara tattva of Shiva. Basically, it is the God and the creation, which is mother together. So that makes the entire cosmos kind of. So how to recognize Parameshti is what there is another sti is missing here, that is drishti. Swami says, "Nee drishtilo mistake undi, srushtilo ledu." Saying that the way we look at things, the way we understand, and the way we look at things, when our perspective changes, we just change. Swami says it is like that. He used to give that example of, you say that you are not getting my photo, but you are not turning your camera towards me, isn't it? So only when you turn towards me, you understand me, you get the best picture of me, isn't that? So we need to turn. That's the way we turn ourselves internally towards him. And also at the same time start seeing him in we, basically in the sense not only in you, your own family members, then near dear ones, then it goes to other people. If you have a pet in the house, you see how exactly it is also a form of God, isn't it? That love. See, again, that is the way encompassing the little love you have, what Swami says, will increase and increase. Then Swami used to give that beautiful example of, if you take a balloon, you blow the air again. At one point, it cannot hold so much air, it will burst. The air outside, the air inside the balloon becomes one with each other. That is called as the merging. So it's the love, actually. So the little love, you need to make a bigger love, the bigger love society, then the creation. Then he says, prema roopamu daivambu prema mayamu premato sandhimpani mamagunu అట్టి ప్రేమను మీయందు కలిగియున్నా అద్వితీయమునందంగా అర్హుడగును అద్వితీయమునందంగా అర్హుడగును. Saying that God is nothing but love. Only love dissolves love. It's a divine chemistry. So only you have that love, you'll understand. Then you see God everywhere. Advitiyamu nandanga arhudagunu. That means God is, there is no second for God, isn't it? So you become one with God and you will be with that Parameshti. That's what Swami says.
Very nice. Thank you, Balu. We go to the next topic. This is practice and inspire. So in this, actually, this is a pretty, as I mentioned earlier, it's a pretty comprehensive topic. We'll just listen a small snippet of Swami's discourse on this. Obviously, we are looking forward to having a really, very engaging study circles in the coming months. So this will be one of the first topics that we'll be doing. So.
మన క్రమశిక్షణే మనల్ని కాపాడుతుంది.
When you follow discipline, you don't need any other protection. Your discipline will protect you.
నడక ఎందు కానీ, కూర్చోవటం ఎందు కానీ, నవ్వటం నందు కానీ ఒక విధమైనటువంటి క్రమశిక్షణ ఉండాలి.
While walking and sitting and smiling, there needs discipline.
ఇప్పుడు కొంతమంది నడుస్తూ ఉంటారు.
Some walk.
40 అడుగులు వెడల్పుగా ఉండేటువంటి రోడ్డు కూడా నడచడానికి చోటు ఉండదు. అటు ఇటు ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టుగా నడుస్తుంటారు.
Though it is 40 feet road, well, yet they don't find enough of room to walk because
కానీ
they walk in
ట్రాఫిక్
zigzag way.
ఏమిటటువంటి యొక్క అభ్యంతరము లేకుండా ఫుట్ పాత్ పైన మాత్రమే నడుస్తూ పోవాలి.
But you should walk along the footpath only.
ఆ విధంగా లేకుండా రోడ్డు ఉన్నది కదా అని ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు నడుచుకోవటం చేత క్రమశిక్షణ ఉల్లంఘించిన వాడబట్టే కాకుండా ఇతరుల యొక్క దీనిని కూడాను మనకు కొంత చెడుపు కలిగినటువంటి వారం అవుతాం.
If you don't walk on the footpath, if you walk in your own way, you'll be putting others to danger.
ఎవ్వరికి ఏ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క నొప్పిని కలిగించకుండా చూసుకోవాలి.
You should see that you would not harm anybody in any way.
కనుకనే హెల్ప్ ఎవర్ హర్ట్ నెవర్ అన్నారు.
So Bhagawan says, help ever, hurt never.
కనుక పరులకు ఉపకారమైనటువంటి యొక్క మార్గంలో మన క్రమశిక్షణను అనుసరించాలి.
You should observe discipline so as to render help to others.
So this is such a beautiful discourse, especially because we get to hear Swami say that help ever, hurt never. Those are some of those small little quotes that have inspired so many people, devotees, and who are new to Bhagavan. They actually are very inspired by that sentence or the statement there. So let's look at the question here. So there are multiple questions here. Balu, please, comment on those. What do we understand by discipline? Can discipline be acquired, or is it inherent to one's way of life? Why does Swami say that our discipline will protect us in whatever we do?
Beautiful questions, actually. See, without discipline, nothing we can do, isn't it? Nastreyo niyamam vina, it is said in Vedas. So even why Satya Sai organization today stands higher, what I mean is because we have that. If we are having 5 o'clock bhajan, we have 5 o'clock bhajan, whether rain or shine, what we call. See, that's very important. If we don't set ourselves like that, we can push our timings, and also for singing there is a discipline, isn't it? Even study circle there is a discipline. You have a stipulated time. You can't talk be that. See, how much ever you want to talk, because study circle, that is the problem actually. Okay, so discipline is a hallmark of life. If without discipline, I think as Swami says, you are walking on the road and obstructing everybody. See, like even though he's telling such a examples which we love to hear, the way Swami speaks, like he says you are having your set. That's why you are not an animal, you are a human being, isn't it? That's what he says. You have to behave like a human. Actually, I'll tell you one beautiful incident. It was in a drama, 65th birthday. There was Swami used to come for these rehearsals. So there was a scene where this drama is about religion. So it was a Christian scene where the rich man walks to the church. A beggar falls, on him and says, give me the money. This rich man is busy to go to the prayer. So he has to push the beggar. Okay. So that is the scene. It is enacted in front of us with Swami with us actually. So the problem was in front of Swami, pushing that beggar, the rich man was not doing properly, because it's difficult to do bad action in front of Swami. You all know that very well. But Swami wants him to act like what he wanted. You know, Swami is a wonderful director. So see, retakes were taking, Swami says, no, do it again. So it, for us, we are all sitting with Swami because we are not in that scene. We are getting irritated. We were feeling the beggar is better than the rich man in action. What I mean is actually, so the beggar is falling onto rich man, and rich man has to push in one way, which the way Swami. This boy is not pushing. In fact, then finally he pushed it the way Swami wanted it in the sea. It got over. Then immediately Swami said beautifully, said, Vesham Koddi Vyavaharam, saying that as per the rule, so is your action. But he didn't, we all thought it is about drama. Then immediately Swami says, మనిషి వేషం వేసుకున్నందుకు మనిషిలాగా ప్రవర్తించాలి. It's a beautiful, it's actually, he gets from the somewhere drama thing to a very, profound truth about human life. As you are wearing this human body, you need to behave like a human being, actually. So that discipline is acquired or inherent or one's way of life. No, I think there is nothing like inherent, I feel. You have to discipline yourself. If you don't discipline a kid, he can never be a disciplined kid. There is nothing like, I think I know enough biology to tell there is no, in genes there is a discipline gene or something. So we need to set ourselves, actually. So discipline comes by even sitting 1 hour, isn't it? Today kids need all these things, actually, because we had remember, we used to sit in the mandir portico hours and hours. Thank God we didn't have these gadgets those days. I wish even now the kids are not allowed with gadgets, maybe. So discipline need to be acquired. It is acquired. It comes. Mom teaches discipline. Dad teaches discipline. Then it has to be acquired. I think inherent disciplines only yoga sadhanas, those kind of people might be having, but I think that's a different kind of people we talk about. But all of us, we better acquire this discipline. It's very easy. You have to practice, then you get the discipline. Like, see, to attend a meeting, to be on time, these are all discipline. Even though it may say, oh, I'm sorry, we can say, but how many sorries you want to say, isn't it? So you have to set yourself that I will be there and I'm committed. That's very important. Then why does Swami say that discipline will protect us whatever we do? Because if we are disciplined, we are well organized. You look at people who are organized, people who lead the big corporates and big leaders, they all have discipline. They, at least the minimal discipline is, if you can't come, you can tell the people that I'm not making it. See, that gives people to believe you. Otherwise, in the entire business or anywhere, whatever job you do, people believing is more important, isn't it? If you say something, people should believe that you will do it. And when you take a job, you do it, isn't it? That's all discipline. So the discipline only can protect our, physical health, mental health, because job loss leads to mental health also, is issues. So it is the discipline. Better to set the kids. That's why, that's very important. Discipline, you need to acquire it as soon as possible at every moment of life. We learn wonderful discipline from different people. That's why we need to be in this organization, which is a highly disciplined organization.
Very nice. I mean, this topic is pretty comprehensive, and what we see on the screen is small, tiny, few sentences. Just a wonderful, wonderful, material that they collected, and they all go back to the underlying is again, how do you practice and how do you inspire, and that inspiration is actually for ourselves. Really, how do we inspire ourselves to continue to do practice? Obviously, when we are inspired and when we practice, we inspire others also. But this is something that really struck me also. So we'll go to purity. Maybe we'll next couple of topics. Balu will just go through Swami's discourse excerpts.
No problem.
And the last one maybe we'll spend some time.
You believe it or not, as Swami has got these broad feelings of love, he is able to impact the whole world.
మూడింటిని మీరు సంరక్షించుకుంటే అందరు కూడా మీరు స్వామి యొక్క స్వరూపాన్ని ధరిస్తారు.
If you protect three, you will assume the form
స్వామి
of
ఎందు
God.
భగవంతుడు మీకు ఆవిర్భవిస్తాడు.
God will originate in you.
అదే మూడు, ఆ మూడు నా యందు ఉంటున్నవి నిస్సందేహంగా నేను చెప్పగలను.
Three things are present in Swami, he can declare doubtlessly.
అదే పి పి పి, ఈ మూడు పీలు ఉంటున్నాయి.
Swami has these three P's.
పి, ఫస్ట్ పి ప్యూరిటీ,
The first P, purity.
రెండవది పేషెన్స్,
The second P, patience.
మూడవది పర్సివరెన్స్.
Third P, perseverance.
ఈ మూడింటి కూడా నాలో ఉంటున్నది.
All the three are
ఈ
in
మూడే
Swami.
నన్ను అన్ని విధంలో కూడా చూసుకుంటూ ఉంటున్నవి.
These three are
ఈ
taking
మూడే
care of you.
ఉండినటువంటి వారికి ఎక్కడ పోయినా ఎక్కడ ఉండినా ఏం చేసినా ఏ మాత్రం కూడా వానికి భయం ఉండదు.
The one with these three need not have any kind of fear wherever he is.
ప్రధానమైనది ప్యూరిటీ ప్యూరిటీ ప్యూరిటీ.
It is the purity which is essential.
ఈనాడు సర్వం కూడా మలినమైపోయినది.
Today everything is polluted.
నీరంతా కూడా మలినమైపోయింది.
Water is polluted.
జలమంతా కూడా మాలిన్యమైపోయింది.
The entire water is dirt.
గాలి అంతా మాలిన్యమైపోయింది.
The air pollution.
ఇన్ని పంచభూతములు మాలిన్యమే కాకుండా మానవుని యొక్క మనసు కూడా మాలిన్యమైపోయింది.
The five elements are polluted and human mind is also
కనుక
polluted.
ఈనాటి ఈ మనసు యొక్క తత్వము ఈ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క మాలిన్యంతో ఉన్నప్పుడు పవిత్రతను ఏ రీతిగా మీరు సంపాదించగలరు?
When the trend of the human mind is so dirty, how do you expect it to be sacred?
కనుకనే భగవత్ చింతన చేసి
Thinking of the Lord,
ఏ యొక్క కార్యమునందు కూడా భగవద్భావంగానే మీరు విశ్వసించి
taking every feeling as the divine.
సర్వము భగవంతుడే లోపల నుండి ఉండి ఈ దేహాన్ని నడిపిస్తున్నాడనేటువంటి సత్యాన్ని గుర్తించి వర్తించండి.
We have to realize the truth and conduct ourselves as that God is the prontoring dweller.
భగవంతుని చింతించడం వల్ల ఏమాత్రము హాస్యం లేదు. ఎవరు ఏం చేసినప్పటికీ మన భయం లేదు.
You need not have fear to think of the Lord.
కనుక మనం ఎవరికి భయపడకుండా
Don't have fear.
సర్వులకు ఆధారమైనటువంటి భగవంతుని మనము విశ్వసించాలి.
We should have full faith in
భగవంతుడే
God.
దీనన్నిటి కూడా రక్షించేది.
It's the God who protects.
కనుక శిక్షించేది భగవంతుడు కాదు, నీ కర్మలే నిన్ను శిక్షిస్తున్నాయి.
God will never punish you. Your own actions punish you.
భగవంతుడు కేవలం రక్షించేటువంటి వాడే, రక్షకుడు మాత్రమే.
God is only protector.
కనుక అట్టి భగవంతుని చింతించు, భగవంతుని భజన సల్పుతూ, భగవంతుని యొక్క భావాన్ని హృదయంలో చింతిస్తూ, మీ సత్కర్మలు మీరు ఆచరిస్తూ జనసేవ యందు మీరు పాల్గొనండి.
Think of the Lord, worship Him, chant His glory, and discharge your duty, and serve the society.
ప్రేమ మనసును మీరు పెంచుకోండి.
We'll go to the next discourse also.
ప్రవర్తనలో చూచి ఏ నాస్తికులు అధికమైపోతున్నారు.
It is an account of this kind of conduct and
ఈ
behavior.
నాస్తికత్వానికి ఆస్తికులే కారణం.
It is only the people who believe who are responsible for
చెప్పినట్టు చేయకపోవటమే దీనికి మూల కారణము.
The most important reason is
భక్తి ప్రపత్తులు ఏ విధంగా ప్రకటిస్తున్నారో దానికి తగినటువంటి నడతలు లేకపోవటమే మూల కారణము.
your conduct is not according to the devotion which you proclaim and which to have.
కనుక మనం ఈనాటి నుంచి అయినా మన దుర్గుణములను దుర్భావములను కేవలం హోమంలో అర్పితం గావించి సద్భావములు సదాచారములు సత్యమాటలను మనం అభివృద్ధి పరచుకోవడానికి ప్రయత్నించాలి.
From today at least, you have to offer all your bad thoughts and bad actions into Homa as an offering. And today onwards at least you should live a good life based upon good thinking, good conduct, good behavior.
బాగా విన్నాము అనేటువంటిది కాదు నాకు జవాబు కావాల్సింది.
I don't want a reply from you that you have heard
ఉపన్యాసాలు
carefully.
చాలా బాగా ఉన్నాయి అనేటువంటిది కాదు నేను కోరే జవాబు.
I don't want your appreciation of the divine discourse.
బాగా మారినాము అనేటువంటిది కావాలి జవాబు.
You will be able to say that we have transformed ourselves into good
అట్టి
beings.
మార్పు రావాలి.
Such change must come over you.
అప్పుడే భక్తికి సరైన గుర్తు.
That is the correct sign of true devotion.
వర్షం కురిచిందని చెప్పుతూ కుంభవర్షం కురిచిందని చెప్పుతూ ఇంతైనా తేమ లేకపోతే కుంభవర్షానికి గుర్తేమిటి?
You say there is a very heavy rain and if the earth is not wet, how can you say that?
మేము గొప్ప భక్తులమని చెప్పుకుంటూ దానికి తగినటువంటి కించిత్తైనా ప్రవర్తనలో మనం నిరూపించకుండా ఉండిన భక్తికి గుర్తేమిటి?
If you declare yourself as great devotees, it must manifest itself in action. Otherwise, what is the use?
ఇది భక్తికి ఏమాత్రం కూడా లక్షణం కాదు.
Otherwise, it is no proof of your devotion at all.
చెప్పినటువంటి మాటలను చక్కగా నడుచుకోవడానికి ప్రయత్నించాలి.
Conduct yourself as you talk.
మంచి మాట వినరు మనసించి చెప్పిన
చెడ్డ మాటలెట్టే చెవికి చేతు. When good things are taught, people are not prepared to listen to it. But when some bad things వారు సత్యమెరుగంగా నేర్తురా ఎట్టి విద్యలుండి ఏమి.
So again, I think Balu actually talked about this a little bit earlier also. How if you're a theist and if you're not actually following, the hypocrisy actually makes people go away from that. Swami beautifully talks about that. We will go to the next one also.
ఏ రీతిగా వారు దర్శించగలరు?
In such a human life, how can you visualize the divinity?
ఎక్కడనో నీవు పోయి దర్శించనక్కర్లేదు.
You don't need to go
ఏది
anywhere.
నీది అనేటువంటిది విచారించాలి.
You should understand what is that belongs to you.
చెప్పినది నీది కాదు.
What you say is not yours actually.
వ్రాసినది నీది కాదు.
What is that's written is not your own.
చేసినదే నీది.
What you do belongs to you.
కనుక ఈనాడు చేయకుండా చెప్పుతున్నాము.
Today you don't do but you say.
అనుభవించకుండా రాస్తున్నాము.
Without experience you write.
కనుకనే ఆనందానికి అతి దూరం అయిపోతున్నాము.
So you are cut off from the bliss.
కనుకనే చెప్పేదానికంటే చేసి చూపించడం చాలా అవసరం.
So instead of saying better you do, act and practice.
చెప్పటం చాలా సులభము.
It's so easy to say.
చేయటం చాలా కష్టము.
It's very difficult to act.
చెప్పినటువంటిది చేసినప్పుడే నిజమైనటువంటి ఒక సాధన ఏర్పడుతుంది.
The true spiritual practice lies in observing what you say.
చెప్పుట సులభంబు,
It is easy to declare.
చేయుట కష్టంబు,
Very difficult to practice.
దాతకైన వాని తాతకైన.
Even to Brahma or his grandfather, it's very difficult to practice.
కనుక మనము చెప్పినటువంటి చెయ్యాలి.
So we should act according to what
అప్పుడే నీ
we say.
మానవత్వం అనేటువంటిది నిరూపించిన వాడవుతావు.
Then only you can demonstrate the human
కనుక ది
quality.
ప్రాపర్ స్టడీ ఆఫ్ మ్యాన్కైండ్ ఈజ్ మ్యాన్ అన్నారు.
Therefore it is said the proper study of mankind is man.
థాట్స్, వర్డ్స్, యాక్షన్ మూడింటి యొక్క ఏకత్వం కావాలి.
There should be perfect harmony between thought, word and action.
Okay, well, let's go to the next one also in the interest of time. And this is the last topic, Balu.
దేవుడు త్యాగంను కోల్పోతూ వచ్చాడు.
Man has lost the spirit of sacrifice today.
నీతిని నిర్మూలము గావించాడు.
He has no morality at all.
సత్యాన్వేషణ అనేటువంటి ఏమాత్రం కూడా నువ్వు సలపటం లేదు.
He is not making any attempt to search.
నిరంతరము ప్రాకృతమైన అనిత్యము, అశాశ్వతము, అసత్యమైనటువంటి యొక్క జగన్మోహంలో పడి తన దివ్య స్వరూపాన్ని తాను విస్మరించి భౌతికమైనటువంటి యొక్క దేహమే ప్రధానమని భావించి కాలమును వ్యర్థము గావించుకుంటున్నాడు.
He is taken by this ephemeral, transient, ever-changing world. He is intoxicated by worldly pleasure. He has forgotten the divinity.
తన స్వరూపం ఇది అని నిరూపించే నిమిత్తమే ఈ సంస్థలను ప్రారంభిస్తూ వచ్చాం.
The organizations are started to know one's own self.
ఈ సంస్థల యొక్క ప్రధానమైనటువంటి ఆశయం ఏమిటి?
So Balu, Swami talked about why he gave us the organization multiple times, especially in the 60s discourses. There are some questions there obviously, but anything from your perspective on the need for the organization for spiritual sadhakas who are really looking for their personal sadhana. It's kind of it's an interesting paradox there. You're looking for your personal sadhana, but yet Swami says you got to be part of the organization, so to help each other walk on the path.
So beautiful question. This is a wonderful thing. Why he started the organization. If you look at Swami's life, Bhujati, like if you look at in 40s, it's only few families used to visit. Many families started visiting. Then Swami started traveling, Swami started traveling to Bangalore, different places, Tamil Nadu. Then Swami used to go to Venkatagiri. See, first it was in South India, Swami was going all around. And Kerala, like that, Swami travels. Then Swami started traveling towards northern India. If you look at, see, as when Burgul Ramakrishna Rao Garu was in governor of Uttar Pradesh, that is the time Swami goes to Lucknow first time. If you hear the singer Anup Jalota, his father and himself comes to that governor bungalow and sings for Swami. And Swami calls them, have come to Puttaparthi, kind of, These are wonderful things. So First is he like people traveling towards him, and he started traveling all over the country and also out of country to Africa. Then only in the 60s, then the organization came in, because that is the time a lot of people started coming to Swami saying that, Swami, we want to have samitis, samitis concept, that's a beautiful word. Samiti means there is some kind of a control. Miti, in Telugu is having some kind of a not too much kind of. So they joined just to do bhajans. They joined just to think about Swami, just to contemplate on what they heard, through Swami when they went to Puttaparthi. Swami started this, Swami approved, I call it, this samitis like that. Then you see, once the samitis in India started, and that is the same, Swami set the central trust also, because this all came late. It's some kind of a sequential. Then lot of devotees from abroad, started, coming and seeing Swami from different continents. So then they are asking Swami, can we have our own, center? Swami said, have it in your own way, in your own homes. See, the home center concept was the very, very, very original one, actually, isn't it? Then more and more people came. Then we take a public place to meet. So why he want us is realizing one's own self. It'll take a lot of time. When you are with more similar kind of thinking people within Swami's, thinking, the realization becomes much easier. And that's the way we can like transform the society. Because the more and more, you see, that alone singing is not called bhajan. Together singing is only some kirtanam bhajan itself. Like easy, isn't it? In the same way, alone doing seva, it's not, if you can do a very little thing. Not that I don't call it seva, but if you do it in a big way, more people, you can reach out, you can reach more, needy, isn't it? So he created this vision is basically love all, serve all. So we go beyond religion, we go beyond all the differences, bring everyone, we go to them. And see, the Swami started this organization from Puttaparthi. It has spread all across the globe now, actually. So millions and millions got into this organization. Millions are served also by this organization. They see wonderful works of this beautiful organization. It's just starting. Actually, Swami has his own plan, and 100th birthday is coming up, and you'll see, so many trees are planted all across the globe that will save the earth. And so much Nama Sankirtanam will take place that will protect the earth. And we don't need to worry about how the earth peace, world peace is going to come. The minute everybody falls into Swami's way of thinking, I think that will transform the entire world. So that is, it's going to come. Only thing is we need to just do our sadhana. That's the best way. Swami says the best dhana you have, dhanam is the sadhanam, is to say. Basically, this is the sadhana, the traveling towards him, understanding him, and doing his work. That's the way Satsai organization is going to change the human, like lives.
Wonderful, Balu. Thank you for spending time this evening with us. This is actually a very important session because we really want to provide an overview. And these are wonderful topics. I think all of us are going to be benefited. I am super excited about the upcoming study circles on this. We're going to have moderators who have studied Swami's literature deeply, and we will create a format for study circle where at least a few of us can interact during the study circle, and then rest of any questions or any thoughts we can compile and share. And this is really a platform for all of us to utilize. So the purpose of Swami giving us organization was to make us realize our own divinity, and this is part of the sadhana that we're all going to be engaged on. So with that, thank you all, and we will meet on the next study circle.